Today we're going to talk about side hustles that won't affect your Social Security. Today we're going to talk about the gigs also. You know, the apps on your phone, you can find gigs to get this kind of work. So pay attention. We'll talk about that all today. Okay. For those of you who haven't seen one of my videos before, my name is Greg Colosi. I'm 68 years old, and I have started over 33 businesses in my lifetime, most recently 7 months ago. And we're not going to talk about that here today, but if you want to know about that, give me a comment down below and I'll get you to the right video, okay? Okay, let's first talk about the Social Security limits. Now, this is up until you are what do they call it? Full retirement age. My full retirement age was 66, I believe, and 7 months. So depending upon how old you are now, you can easily find out what your retirement age is, or your full retirement age. So up until your full retirement age, you can earn up to, and I'm quoting from the government site, $21,240 without affecting your Social Security benefits. So what does that mean? Just do work that doesn't pay you a lot. But if it does pay you a lot, you want to weigh, if you really want those benefits, because you're making a ton of money and you can make more this way, then you want to go ahead and do it. Now, here's something else you can do, and they don't tell you about it. If you've got a spouse and you started the business with a spouse, you can split that income, okay? Now, this is after expenses also. And when you're running a business out of your home, and I'm not an accountant, okay? I'm not a CPA, but you can write off a ton of stuff, okay? And this video isn't for that, but maybe I should do a video on that. As a non-CPA, giving you an idea of what kinds of things you can write off. And if you think that's a good video, comment down below and I will create a video on that. So, both you and your spouse do it. You could each have $21,000, so that's $42,000 without affecting your Social Security income. That's a pretty good part-time Social Security person on gig to have, okay? And over the limit, for every $2 earned, $1 is subtracted in your Social Security benefits, okay? Now, once you've reached your full retirement age, okay, that limit goes up to $56,250. So for the two of you, that's roughly $112,500 before you affect it. And you do affect it. For every $3 you make, $1 is deducted from your Social Security. But once you're up to that point, I don't think it really matters that much, because you're going to be making a hell of a lot more money doing that. So, you know, if you're going to make let's say you make $112,000, let's say anyway, I don't want to get into that. That's for an accountant to get into, okay? So what type of work can you do, okay? The most simple one is freelancing, okay? If you've done something, if you worked at a company and you've done something, you can probably freelance it with some other company. And most of the time you can do it remotely, okay? Like I am remote here. I guess I'm not remote because it's my own company, but you can work out of your home, okay? By the way, this is not my home. My home is pointed over there about 75 yards. This is a pool house that we converted when we bought the house about almost 20 years ago. And as you can see, I've got a nice cathedral ceiling. You can see some pots over in the back. I love to cook. And you can tell over here, I'm a golfer. So this is kind of my man cave, kitchen, party room for myself and the boys. And in the summertime, we use this too as a party area for when we're holding parties at our house. Okay, so I guess I am working from home. It's on my property. So you can continue to do that, okay? If you want to get out of the house for reasons I'm not going to talk about, maybe, you guys have been together for 40, 50 years and you're used to being out of the house because you worked. Maybe you need to get out of the house, and that's fine too, okay? Whatever floats your boat. This works for my wife, Andrea, and I. We don't see each other all day. We see each other at night. And she comes and visits during the day, and I go and visit over at the big house, okay? Let's see. Now, the places you can find freelance work is a website or an app called Upwork, and another one called Fiverr, Fiverr. You can submit what you do, and people will buy what you have, okay? And if you'd like me to create a video on all the apps that can give you all kinds of work, I'll go through all of them. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll create that video, okay? I'm just getting started, so I need lots of ideas for videos, and it's going to come from you, okay? Whatever you're looking for is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do what I think you need. I'm kind of doing that right now, but hopefully you're all going to tell me what you would like to see, and I will go ahead and grab all of those, okay? Next is online selling. That's eBay. We all know what eBay is, okay? I sold a ton of stuff on eBay. Etsy. Haven't sold anything on Etsy, but I've got a niece that makes about 50 grand a year selling primarily coffee mugs. Don't have one here, but coffee mugs, custom coffee mugs at like 50, 60 bucks a pop, okay? And she's able to stay at home with her 2 daughters to be able to do that. She's also very good. They live in a house in the city of Rochester, and they've got 2 apartments. It's a old house that was cut into 3 apartments, and the other 2 they Airbnb. So they got income coming in from many different sources, which is something you can do. We'll probably talk about in a minute, I think. Yep, next. Rent out rooms on your property. Okay, let me tell you what I did. My wife and I did. Okay, we've got a nice big house in the suburb of Pittsford, New York, and we've got 3 bedrooms upstairs. We've got 1 bedroom on the main floor and 3 upstairs. And you can get upstairs without coming through our personal living space. So we thought we'd give Airbnb a try. And we rented out those 3 rooms separately. So we would have, sometimes on a weekend, we'd have 2 guests in each room. And so we'd have 6 people up there sharing 1 shower. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe it. First time there were 6 people up there, I'm like a nervous wreck. Am I going to get complaints about the shower? Nothing. Squadooch, zip, zilch. Okay? We were making anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 a month with 3 bedrooms. And then it's getting towards wintertime. We did this in July. So July, August, September, October. And I'm thinking about, are we going to be as busy? Because we're in a touristy area in the winter. And the answer is probably not. We're in a town of Pittsford, which is a touristy area. And the board council for the town is not real business friendly. So I thought at some point they might restrict short-term rentals. And I was right. So we decided to rent 2 traveling nurses by the room, $1,300 a room. Not as much as, but a lot less work to do that. Now, we don't even have a full kitchen for them. We have a kitchenette. We took one of the rooms on the main level, which is not connected to our space. It used to be called our library. And we put in a microwave, a toaster oven, a hot plate, a refrigerator in there, and then give each one of them a refrigerator for the room, and 3,900 smackers a month. Okay? Now, I'm not saying, I don't know what you can get for your room. I don't know what the area is. I don't know if it's restricted at all by short-term rentals, but that is something right under your nose that you could make income doing. So let me tell you about my latest business. It has to do with this. This worked out so well with us, I went out and rented 3 other furnished homes. Now, it wasn't that easy. I had to go through Zillow and texted a lot of people, got some interest, and I give them my pitch. So I rented out, and I only took 4-bedroom, 2 baths. I wanted 4 nurses in there, 1 per bedroom, and 2 of them would share 1 bathroom. And I'm happy to say it is the busy season right now. We're talking in November, and I've got, let me see, 4, 12, plus ours is 3 is 17. I've got 16 full right now, okay? Now, this does not take all of my time, probably less than a half an hour a day, but it took some time to get it all set up, and that's why I'm working on another business that I'll tell you about in another video. You know, I've done this business thing my whole adult life, and there are some principles that I live by when starting a business, and it's much easier as I get older. You know, as you're older, you're wiser, you're smarter, you trust your gut, you trust your instincts, and you know that deals come along every day, okay? You just got to be ready for them. You don't need any one deal to make something happen. And I'm going to talk more about this as my YouTube channel grows. Okay, the next one is teaching or tutoring. You could do that in person or virtually. You could do it over Skype, over FaceTime if they've got it. On the WhatsApp, you know, there's a video thing you can do back and forth, or a free version of Zoom. You could easily do that. There are free versions for most everything. I use a free version of Zoom and have for about 5 years for my different businesses that I've had. Okay, music, art, a language you can teach this way. And there are some apps. One is called Wyzant, Wyzant, OutSchool, or go to your local community centers and just put up some business cards, not business cards, you know, one of those explains what it is, and then down below you've got all these phone numbers hooked on, and then you cut them with a scissors and you can rip one off. Even better yet, post it on Facebook if you're on Facebook, or have one of your kids post it on Facebook, or one of your grandkids. Say, hey, my grandpa or my grandma's doing this now. Are you interested? And you will get some leads and probably turn those into nice gigs for yourself. Okay, ride sharing or delivery driving. We all know what that is, okay? There's Uber, there's Lyft, there's DoorDash, and there's Instacart. What's great about these 3 things is 3 or 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, is that you work these at your own schedule, okay? By the way, set up your own schedule. Here's my schedule, and it's been this way, for the last 30 years or so. I never work on Fridays. Definitely not in the summer. If there's something heavy I'm working on, maybe a half a day I'll work on Friday during the winter time, which it is now. I like to get up early, so I start working at about 5 a.m. and I'm done by 1 or 2 in the afternoon, or maybe earlier, okay? And then I go run my errands and visit people and things like that. So pick your own schedule. The next one, dog sitting or walking. If you've got a dog, you know how much you love your dog. And while all your neighbors are out working, okay, they're on that hamster wheel and they're gone 8-10 hours a day, you can be walking or taking care of their dogs. Okay, what do you charge? Go down below and give me a comment, okay? What should I charge? And I'll find that out for you, okay? There are some apps called Rover and WAG, W-A-G, to do that, okay? And I think I already said this, but if you want something, I did. On all the apps, let me know in the comments below, and I'll get them all out. That'd be exciting to do. But somebody's got to want it before I'm going to go do it. But I'm excited to go do it. Okay, next is caregiving or babysitting. I don't know about the babysitting part. When I babysit, my wife and I, our 3 grandkids, we did, about 3 months ago. We had them for 6 nights. We were exhausted, okay? But caregiving, you know, you're a senior, you're in good shape, but there are some that are not. So you go over and spend the day for them for 20, 25 bucks an hour, okay? Maybe you and your spouse do it and you split up the time if they need more time. Or maybe they just need a little bit of time, okay? Care.com, I guess, is the leader with that one. There's an app for that, Care, just like it sounds, .com. Okay, the last one I want to talk about is gardening or yard work. If you like gardening, if you like yard work, there's TaskRabbit, okay? There's Lawn Love, just like it sounds. There's Green Pal. There's Gig Smart, just like it sounds, GIGSMART. And there is Thumbtack. Just go in there, work it out. Now, if you can't figure out how to work these apps, you either grind it out or get a teenager to show you how to do it, okay? Maybe one of you, if there's two of you, two spouses, maybe one of you is better at this than others, and they're in charge of getting the gigs for both of your businesses or your one business or whatever it happens to be. Don't give up because of those apps, okay? Those apps. There's an app that gets me over 50% on my iPhone for my nurses, okay? So the apps are very, very powerful, okay? And most of the rest of them come from Airbnb. And there are a number of them that come from contacts that I make, but those two apps are primarily that runs that business. It gives me the renters, okay, the nurses for that business. So don't discount those apps. Dig into them because it's going to make you a lot of business. I hope this helped. Any comments, anything you'd like me to do, or any questions, please leave the comment below. And you make it a great day. Will you? I hope you will. Bye.